Man, it has been a long time, Lionel. Man, it's been a couple months, I think, since our last podcast.
Yeah.
But, we watched this pay-per-view. We'll give you our thoughts on the pay-per-view as we go on through the podcast, but wrestling was great. Not sure about the decisions. But thank you for joining us. You're in for a good episode of the greatest wrestling podcast, greatest AEW wrestling podcast out there. If you didn't know, now you know. But you know what, Lionel? Tell them what they're in for.
You are in for a very hot episode of Off the Top Rope.
Yep. So, just warning ahead of time. We might get in your feelings. We might have some takes that, you might have a little problem with, but hey, we tell what we... Ain't nobody paying us, so we tell what the hell we want to.
Shout out Vietnam.
Hey, shout out to Vietnam. We looked at our metrics and we didn't even know you guys rocked with us like that. Shout out to you guys.
Appreciate y'all.
We appreciate you.
All right, man.
Man.
You said, we have a major pay-per-view that we got to talk about. Before we get into it, Proffitt, what was your overall opinion of Dynasty?
Oh, man. So, I'm on... I'm not sure what I feel, man. This is the first pay-per-view where I'm kind of in the middle where I'm I don't feel like it was that great. The wrestling was great. But everything else just either didn't make sense or there's something lacking, and I couldn't really put my finger on it. We'll probably figure out during this podcast, but I just couldn't put my finger on what was lacking. Right? There's something that wasn't there.
Yeah, honestly, I kind of feel you on that. I understand where you're coming from. The thing that I didn't like, and this is going to be subjective, and I need people to understand that. I need everyone to understand that our opinions are subjective. If you don't agree with us, that is fine.
Yeah.
Me and Proffitt might not agree this entire podcast. But remember, subjective opinions. The thing that I saw people saying is that, what were they saying? People were saying, these decisions are questionable. It's that's not the phrase that you want to use. If you didn't like it, just say you didn't like it. Why is it questionable? You're making it seem like your opinion is over everyone's opinion on this. These are questionable decisions. No, I didn't like half the decisions. That's not questionable. That's just the nature of the beast. People are afraid to say that they like or don't like something when it comes to, anything on the internet at this point, right? Anything on the internet.
Anything on the fucking internet, bro.
Wrestling, we are AEW fans, so we are supposed to say, this is the greatest pay-per-view that we've had.
Nope.
No, that's not realistic, right? That's not how that works. Did I enjoy the pay-per-view? Yes, I did.
Mm-hmm.
I overall had a good time. I didn't like a lot of the booking decisions that were made. I didn't like a lot of the things that were happening throughout the show. And we'll talk about it as we go, but overall, I will see where this goes, but I am not happy with where we are right now.
Or some of the aftermath that we're going to get. That's where, I guess if I were to take away the aftermath of, the things I know that we feel that is going to happen on Wednesday, right? I take that out of the equation and just put the pay-per-view in its own thing itself. The wrestling was fucking fantastic.
Yeah.
Let's not take that away. Let's not. There's top to bottom, with the exception of one match. All the wrestling of the show was fantastic.
Yeah, AEW will always have top-notch wrestling. If you go into an AEW show, you know you're going to get the best quality wrestling in it, bare minimum North America.
Right.
Bare minimum. Well, I'm not even going to say North America, USA. CMLL's been fucking killing it.
The CMLL has been ridiculous.
Yeah. So at least in the United States of America, you are guaranteed to have the most quality of wrestling from an AEW pay-per-view.
Right. Yeah, and it's the it just feeds into the wrestling was great. It was just there were some things where I'm just like I don't know. And then it leads to Wednesday, right? Like so it kind of all jumbles together to like okay, my feelings about the show is also due to what the aftermath that's going to happen on Wednesday. So if I had to rate, like literally just rate the show by itself, I'd be like, it was a decent show. Not the best pay-per-view at all. Like, I probably wouldn't rank it very high, to the pay-per-views this year. But, it was an okay show. But the wrestling was phenomenal. That's the one thing you can't take away from AEW, the wrestling. It was phenomenal.
Yeah. I will say this. We've had two pay-per-views so far in AEW, Revolution and Dynasty. I'm, right now, Revolution's still the pay-per-view of the year for me, from AEW at least.
Yeah. Yeah, the Revolution was firing on all cylinders. This one kind of felt like it... I think that's the... Here's the thing. It's such a high bar right now with AEW and its pay-per-views and the shows that when you have like a middling pay-per-view that kind of fails to bring everything together, it's really noticeable, right?
Yeah.
And it doesn't mean that this was like a, if you were to rate it like, oh, this show is like a 3 or something. No. It means you have all these weekly shows that are like 10s, and then you throw in a 6 or a 7, and then it just feels fucking weird. And you're like, wait, hold on. Something don't feel right here.
Yeah.
I think that's where I'm coming from.
Yeah, right? Like, I've been sitting here thinking while you've been talking too, right? Like, first off, I fully agree with you, right? Like, this is definitely like a weird, I don't want to say low quality, because low quality isn't the right word either.
Right.
Like, it was definitely like a weird show. It felt like okay, this is going to sound like weird because I was at All In. Like, All In Texas, it felt like a pay-per-view for the sickos, right? For like those die-hard AEW fans. That's what that show felt like.
Right.
This one, it felt like it was more for like a general audience. And I'm not saying that's a bad thing. I'm definitely not saying that's a bad thing. But this definitely felt more of like a, hey, guess what? Guess who's here? We have a Jericho here. I know all you guys like Chris Jericho. I guess not Chris anymore. You all like Jericho. We have an Adam Copeland. We have a Christian Cage, right? You guys know John Moxley. He has been around for a long time, right? Like, right. Here's all these people. It's more like it felt like a show for the general audience, which is, like I said, this isn't a bad thing. It's just it definitely felt different from AEW pay-per-views from recent memory.
Actually, you know what? When you put it like that, I feel like it was a show made for Canada, made for the place they were at.
Yeah. Well, for the most part, because barely any Canadians won. Right.
But when you're like, oh, hey, here's a Chris Jericho. Here's Kyle O'Reilly. Here's, hey, it's just Moxley. You remember Moxley? He was in that. It feels like more of a pay-per-view for that audience. Because, like, let's not beat around the bush here. Like, a lot of Canada is like a heavily WWE influenced audience.
Yeah. You can kind of feel it from these shows from the last couple weeks. Well, we haven't really talked about, but you can kind of feel it from these shows from the last couple weeks.
Yeah. So I think, the show, the pay per view ended up like the way it was booked and everything like that. Going on what you were saying was booked more for that audience than it would be if it was like, a hot American crowd, right? It's just two completely different things.
Yeah. Yeah, man. It definitely. Yeah, I'm not saying the vibes. I'm not saying the vibes are off either, but yeah, it definitely was like a. Yeah, what I was saying before, like, didn't feel like a full like sicko show. But yeah, I think you're right. Like, this definitely was like a show made for the audience, right? Like our big return, and this is no offense because I love Kyle O'Reilly, but our big return. Well, I guess we had two returns. We'll talk about the first one, but the big return was Kyle O'Reilly, right? Like, that was the big return of this. We didn't really get like anything crazy from the Casino Gauntlet, right? Like, it was Kyle O'Reilly. That was like the main attraction of the main card, or not main attraction. I'm not gonna say that. That's the wrong word. Like, that was like the return of the main card. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, you know what?
What's up?
How about we get into it so we can talk about these matches like in depth a little bit.
Okay.
We're gonna go bottom to top because I feel like we gotta talk about pretty much everything. We'll talk about we'll go with the pre-show first just to knock it out. We had a really good match between Alex Windsor and Marina Shafir.
Yep.
They were beating the hell out of each other.
Beat the shit out of each other.
Yeah, it was great.
Yeah.
It was a great watch. Like, Marina has grown so much as a performer, as a wrestler.
Yeah. One of the things you just notice now about Marina Shafir is now she has confidence.
Yeah.
And it is very apparent now. And when she comes to the ring, everything, like, the one thing I like about the Death Riders now, and it's with each individual Death Rider, is they have their own entrance. They have their own way that they're going to enter, before, their own entrance on how they're going to enter the ring. Marina comes out like, she's like a pit fighter, like an underground fighter.
Mm-hmm.
Pac comes out. Pac is just Pac. Like, Pac's just a psychopath. So.
Sitting in the chair, just like he's been sitting there the entire time, just waiting to go. Once his music hits, he's just sitting there, stands up and goes. Yeah, psychopath.
Yeah. We'll talk about Wheeler Yuta and Daniel Garcia and stuff later, but they have their own thing now. Claudio has his thing. They all have their own presence. Like, Moxley has his thing where Marina slaps the shit out of him a couple of times and wakes him up, gets him going. Like, like he's a guy getting hyped up before the battle. Marina with her own thing, she comes to the ring, she looks like a total badass. She's ready to fight. She's ready to mess people up. But yeah, that was a damn good match.
Yeah. We're gonna see her have like a breakout win pretty soon, I think. Like, Marina can't be like denied for very much longer. We'll keep on seeing her as we go. But going from people that we would like to see more as we go, including Alan Windsor, to someone that I generally baffled that they brought back despite the American Gladiators thing. Backstage, Willow is about to do an interview, and she is attacked by Camille, who I don't even know what to say about this. Like, Willow is currently like what the comeback killer is what they called her, right?
Yeah.
Even though, like, what, Sheeta, Queen Aminata. So now it's Camille. Camille attacked her. Her shoulder was already hurt, right? Like, we've already seen like the kinesio tape on her shoulder. So we've already seen that. Camille attacks her, messes up her shoulder, stands tall, and looks in the camera and was like, I'm back. And then right after that we got an announcement. Our next match, or not our next match, but we have a Camille match on the pre-show now, which is okay. I'm guessing it was going to be a Willow match. They were going to put Willow there, but decided not to.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's right there. And then after that, we'll talk about right after that. Camille beat what's her name? Big Ann.
Yeah.
And then Willow came out to try to fight again and got dropped again.
Yep. She got killed twice.
Yeah.
She got the shit stomped out of her the second time.
Yeah, that's that. That's the segment, and we got a match. Profit. What were your thoughts?
Like, the only thing I noticed, and, you know, I texted you this. I was like, oh, I think Camille got off of all that gear that she was on. Because she's not on the, you know, because, you know, remember before she was all cut and shit like that. But now she's, you know, she's not. So that means she's not on that trend anymore. And I'm not going to explain what trend does to you because I think I did it on a podcast a while ago. But it makes you winded. So let's see her wrestle a 15-plus minute match now. But, you know, besides that, I don't know. I guess it's mainly because of American Gladiators, because she was wearing American Gladiator shit when she was in the ring. So, we'll see. I don't know. I hope she doesn't win on Wednesday, but oh boy.
Yep, she has a TBS title shot against Willow on Wednesday. That is a thing that is going to happen.
It was in the thing with the TBS and TNT were their open challenge titles anyway. Yeah, she could just go shoot right up and win the title, and I don't know, maybe Willow takes a vacation for a month or so and comes back and wins it back. I don't know.
The last thing I want Willow to do is take a vacation, unless she's like actually hurt. If she's hurt, I fully understand that she has to like nurse some injuries.
Right.
But realistically, we need, not only do we need some women on the show,
yeah,
but we need some world title challengers on the women's side.
Right.
Like we need like at least a couple more, and Willow should be one of them. But you know, we will see. We will see where that goes.
Yeah, we'll see where it goes. Hopefully, like, you know, or she gets her head punted off by Sheeta. You know, that'd be great too.
Yeah. But main thing is, as long as she doesn't lose on Wednesday, we should be fine.
Yeah. We shall see.
We shall see. Next up, had a banger of a title match on 0 Hour. Well, we had two bangers of title matches.
We had two
bangers of title matches. But we'll talk about the first one first. Jungle Jack Perry, our AEW National Champion, running up against Mark Davis. And boy, there are people who disrespect pre-shows. Like, I hear about it all the time. Like, people are like, oh, we only had one women's match. It's like, well, we had like 3 on the pre-show, so we have 4 total.
Oh.
Like, that's, you know.
Man, don't get me started on that thing. I read a thing yesterday. I was going to reply, but I decided not to. I stepped back.
I think it's really weird. We have like 3 to 4 matches on Collision, right? We have 4 matches here. They're on the pre-show, yeah. I mean, let's be real. At this point, we can touch on this really quick, right? We could take a second to do this.
Yeah.
Usually, if we have Tony Storm or Mercedes, they're getting a match on the pay-per-view no matter what, right?
Right.
Right now, we don't have that. For whatever reason, we don't have that. Should we build someone up to take those spots? Sure. Yes. They're not doing that right now, so we're kind of here. Plus, on the pay-per-view, every match had like, except for fucking Jericho and Ricochet, had like a proper like mini build for like the last couple weeks to get here, right? Mm-hmm. So it makes sense to put these on the pre-show. Also, you guys never talk about when we have good women's representation, like on Collision yesterday.
Right.
We never talk about that. But we talk about the bad. We never talk, like, you would be taken more seriously if you talked about the wins and the losses.
Mm-hmm.
Could we have had another women's match on the main card? Yes.
Sure.
Yes. The problem is I don't take your opinion seriously when you don't talk about the wins that we have for that division.
Yeah.
If you can't talk about the wins and losses, I don't take your opinion seriously. Sorry, that's just how I am.
Yeah, because let's just be honest, like, about right before Mercedes came, so we'll say about 2 years ago, maybe touch on 2.5. The pre-show would not have 90, I think the pre-show was about 90% women's matches. There would be one women's match, and that would be it.
Yeah.
And, if there was two, a miracle happened, right? Even if it was on, 0 hour or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
But, look, we had 3 women's matches on 0 hour. When, before, they wouldn't even make the card. They were all well, two out of 3 were bangers.
Oh, we'll talk about that. That tag title match could have definitely been on the main show with how good
Oh,
that was.
hell yeah. The tag match could have been on the main show, but I'm just saying 2 out of 3 were bangers. And the match on the main card was a banger too, right?
Yeah.
So we're not talking about that. We're not talking about the fact on Collision we had, again, some good representation in pretty much in the main event. It was a women's match.
Also, that was the best match on that card, by the way.
Yeah.
Despite the fact of what was on that card, that was the best match on the card.
Right. So I'm just saying, piggyback off of what you're saying. We're not talking about the wins here. Yeah, there's plenty of losses, but people seem to be real focused on certain very specific things that if they don't get it their way and they don't see it like this, then it's a total loss and AEW shame on you and for doing this is bad. It's like a lot of times I just want to say shut the fuck up. Yeah. Look, I get that one thing or maybe one person that you want pushed didn't get pushed. Or you want more women's matches. Hey, we all want more women's matches. Hell, it'd be cool if we had a show that mainly focused on women's wrestling. That especially for AEW, because they have the women that can do it. But stop making it like this one thing here and this one thing right there. Oh, it just makes the show unbearable. Stop it.
That's been the thing with wrestling, honestly, for the last I'll also even say 10 years. Even before AEW existed. Remember, there were points where WWE had a lot of good things happening in the 2010s, right?
Yep.
But I'm not a lot of good things. That's an overstatement. They had some good things going on, right?
Yeah.
But a lot of times what we would do, and by we, the collective we, as in the people, we would harp on one thing and this made this show bad. Mm-hmm. And one of the things that we do on this podcast is, if you listen to the podcast, there's some shit that we do not like, and we say it. We are outright honest about saying that. We do not do that kind of shit.
Yeah.
What was it? What was that pay-per-view? There was a when Moxley was main eventing.
Moxley and Cove.
Yeah, right? People said, "Oh, this Revolution is the worst pay-per-view." It's no. The entire show was good. The main event was bad.
Right. Yeah.
You gotta be honest about that. You gotta be you can't just harp on, like you said, Proffitt. You can't just harp on one thing and say, "Oh, this whole thing is terrible." Again, like you said, should we have more women's representation? Yes, we should, and we should always talk about that representation. But we also, when we do get the good, we have to talk about that too. Because the only way you're going to get more representation on the show that you want is when you big up the good and also talk about the negative. You have to talk about both. if you're not talking about how good Collision was when it comes to the women representation, and then you talk about how bad the main card specifically was for women's representation, they're not going to take your opinion seriously because it seems like you're talking negative. That's it.
Right. It seems like you're only focused on that one thing, the one negative thing. And if you tell them the thing about giving any type of criticism or anything like that is, okay, I'm going to give you the bad, yes, but I'm also going to give you the good so you can build upon the good. That goes the same with, us talking about professional wrestling in general, right? Like, yeah, you have every right to say what you don't like, but don't leave out the good that was in the pay-per-view or just in general. Don't leave out the good, because you leave out the good, then it's going to be a situation like, okay, you don't like this and you don't like that, but you never talk about anything good. So what do you like? What can, you're telling me the problem, but you can't tell me how to, you're not telling me the things that I need to know to fix the problem. So I'm just not going to fix it and ignore you. And that was like the first 2 or 3 years of AEW.
Yeah. If we're going to be completely real, I think the women's division has had a lot of progress. And we need to acknowledge that. We also need to acknowledge that since Toni Storm and Mercedes have been gone, we've taken a step back.
Right.
Like, you have to be able to acknowledge both, right? You have to.
Of course.
And that's the only way we're going to be able to fix that, right? Like, a good example. We'll talk about them in a second. We got to talk about Mark Davis and Jungle Boy, Jungle Jack, right? Mm-hmm. First. But that women's tag match was probably the best tag title defense that we've had with those women's titles.
Yes.
Like, bar none. Like, that is the best. Like, we have to understand that. And now you push that, you bring that out, that they get to be on the main card. We talk about that enough, they get to hopefully be on the main card, unless AEW completely ignores us. Now, if you're talking about the positive and it's getting completely ignored, that is a different story.
That's a completely different story.
But if you go on Twitter right now, you'll see that, the women only had one match, which also is not true, right? The pre-show is still the pay-per-view card.
Yes, it is still part of the card.
Low-key, the pre-shows are important. I think people forget this because of what the other company does with their pre-shows. But the pre-shows are built in to get people to buy into the show, right? So if I am one of those people who just started watching AEW, because that's been happening a lot lately, which is something we got to acknowledge also. And I'm like, I'm not sure if I want to buy this pay-per-view yet, right? They have the show, it's on YouTube. I'm going to watch the show for an hour and see what happens. Oh shit, these women are fucking dope. Let me buy and see what's going to happen. As much as I don't like talking about metrics, and as much as, because we are fans at the end of the day, that's the shit that they care about. Mm-hmm. And the metrics also include talking online about when the positive things happen and the negative things. You just gotta do both. I don't know how many times we gotta repeat it.
Yeah. Yep. Gotta talk about it all.
You gotta talk about it all. You don't have a choice. If you want change, which is part of the reason why we're back on this podcast, because we need to talk about a lot of change that AEW needs to do.
Shit. Oh my goodness.
But one thing that shouldn't change is these last two pre-show matches.
No.
Jungle Jack Perry, Mark Davis, National Championship. The point that I want to make before, too, is these two matches also show how important pre-shows are. I just said it, too. But Mark Davis and Jungle Boy, Jack Perry, were out here beating the hell out of each other.
Mm-hmm.
I know we haven't really been talking about spots. We try to avoid it as much as possible sometimes, depending on what's going to happen. But when Mark Davis picked up Jack Perry and slammed him onto the ring apron and his lower back was on it, his feet were up in the air, his head was about to hit the ground.
Yeah.
Like, once I saw it, I was like, Mark Davis, I know you've been getting hurt. You will be world champion. Mark my words, if I have to do it myself.
See Lionel run to the next AEW show If Mark Davis gets a title shot, he's going to interfere and hit MJF in the head.
Oh, yeah. Y'all think Pat McAfee's bad? Just wait.
I don't think he could be as bad as Pat McAfee, bro.
Oh, probably not, actually.
No.
No.
Not even Vince Russo can be as bad as Pat McAfee. You know how bad that is?
Bro, that shit is awful.
That's bad.
I know we're not going to talk about it, but how the fuck do you shit on your own show saying not to buy these tickets? Like, how the fuck?
Yeah, you idiot.
Y'all already struggling on selling out this arena, and you're talking shit about people buying one of the tickets over the other? Come on, bro.
Yeah.
Anyway, what were your thoughts on Jungle Jack Perry and Mark Davis for the national title?
I thought it was a fantastic match. I thought so. One of the things that I liked that Jack Perry does that I'm probably going to shit on Darby Allin for not doing is even though Jack Perry is a small guy, he wrestles. His matches aren't car crash matches. He gets in there and he wrestles and he makes himself a believable champion. When he beat Mark Davis, it was pretty believable. They beat Mark Davis. I wasn't questioning it, right? Like, he didn't get thrown through like 50 tables or anything like that. But yeah, like I enjoyed this match. It was damn good. And Jack Perry, people forget after that New Japan excursion, he got way better.
Don't get me started on what I think you have to be the best wrestler on the planet right now.
Yeah.
Well, I won't start there, but yeah, bro, like he became so much better since that New Japan Cup. Like he found himself.
Mm-hmm.
And look at him now, a couple years after that.
Yeah, no, he's wrestling his ass off now.
Mm-hmm. And we'll also talk about the comparison between this match and Andrade and Darby, because they had like similar finishes, right? Like you caught the bigger person off guard, but we'll talk about what the differences are and why I think we're in agreement on why that match was not the best.
Yeah, and this one is way better.
Yeah. Next, our main event of the pre-show, the AEW Women's Tag Titles, Divine Dominion versus Heian and Maya World.
Mm-hmm.
We've already bigged up this match a second ago. I'm gonna do it again. Honestly, like I think this was the best match on the pre-show. That's not like hyperbole or anything like that. This was definitely the best match on the pre-show. Low key, like a top 4 match on the card total. If I'm being completely honest,
easily one of the best matches on the card.
Yeah. At first I thought this was gonna be like a easy like 5-minute thing. I was like, don't do this. We cannot do this. This is the last thing those titles need. Thankfully, I was so wrong.
Mm-hmm.
Divine Dominion, of course, had the upper hand early. Heian and Maya World. By the way, Maya World, you will also be a world champion by 2028. Mark my words.
You're giving dates and everything? Oh God. Don't do it.
Bro, Maya World is so goddamn good, bro.
No, she's fantastic.
God bless. Like I don't watch a lot of Ring of Honor, and I know Heian and Maya World have been on Ring of Honor a lot, right? Recently. The jump that they have had from when they were doing those like squash matches a few months ago to this match, especially Maya World, it girl for a reason, bro. I'm gonna put her in that Athena tier of being in Ring of Honor purgatory. I'm sorry to say it, but I gotta say it. I need them. We need all the women we can at this point, with both Mercedes and Tony being gone.
Yeah,
we brought back Sheeta. We need to bring back Riho. Yuka hasn't been brought back. We still need to bring back Emmy. We fucking brought back Camille of all people.
Yeah,
Heian and Maya World need to be somewhere on Collisions, whipping ass, or getting their asses whooped. One of the two. I don't care. I mean, even, for the match, even Divine Dominion, right now, you're not going to be able to keep them down for long. Were they shocked? Yeah, they eventually got their stuff together. And ended up beating Hyuna Maya World. And again, very fantastic pre-show match. Profit, what were your thoughts?
My main thought was, I was like, oh, they're giving these girls time. They're giving these ladies some time. I think it was like 15, close to, I don't know, 15, 16 minutes to match.
Maybe. 10, 15, somewhere around there.
Might be a little more. But yeah, man. I had fun watching this match. My world, when she did that moonsault to the outside, that thing was like, she whipped. It was like a whip, like flipping over, because she did that shit fast.
That shit was so good, bro.
Yeah.
Like, she has, like, my world has, like, a lot of purpose to everything that she does. Like, there are a lot of wrestlers that don't feel like, whenever they're, like, moving, they feel like they're moving just to move, right? Like, you see how a lot of people are, like, copying the Hidden Blade now, all of a sudden?
Yeah, yeah.
Like, people feel like they're just kind of doing it in comparison to how Ospreay does it. My world has, like, intention to everything that she does.
Mm-hmm.
Like, they're polished, clean. Again, my world, you will be a champion in 2028. Mark my words. World champion. I will make it happen.
Lionel runs for the ring again.
I'm not ashamed. I don't know who will be champion at the time. I will definitely blast them with that women's title. I do not care.
Then we're gonna have you and Stokely in a feud. It's gonna happen.
Stokely couldn't handle me, bro. Don't do that, Stoke. Don't do that to little Stoke.
Shit.
But overall, what did you think of the pre-show as a whole?
Pre-show was good, man. Minus Camille, but the pre-show was great.
Yeah, we had a little too much Camille and a little too much of Willow getting beat down.
Yeah.
Other than that, everything was great. So now we transition into the main card.
Mm-hmm.
And what's the best way to start the main card? A little tag team action with the Young Bucks and Kazuchika Okada. Why did I say that like that? And Konosuke Takeshi. Boy, oh boy. When I tell you, we had a fantastic opening match between these two teams. We had a fantastic opening match between these two teams. The one thing that I did not like is that they were talking about this like it was like a number one contenders match. I was like, bro, Okada and Takeshi don't even like each other. This ain't no number one contender match. This is like, come on. Yeah, apparently this is going to be like Proto Okada versus the Young Bucks too. I was like, oh, bro, Kyle Fletcher get better. But yeah, the match was what you would expect. A fantastic match all around. The Young Bucks are the Young Bucks. Takeshi and Okada, they were working together for a little while.
Mm-hmm.
But it was up until a point where they kind of ran to each other in the back. They turned around, and Okada just started swinging because Okada is the antagonist in this whole thing.
Yeah,
the whole time. By the way, we've talked about this before. Okada is the antagonist. Whenever he talks about Takeshi all the time, they start swinging at each other, and once they start swinging at each other, they're out of it, right? Like there was an accidental rainmaker. There was an accidental flying knee. I think Matt shoved Okada into Takeshi at one point, and we get to the end where Okada is caught. He's about to get hit with the I forget what move it is from the Elbow at this point now. Meltzer driver, I think.
Meltzer driver, yeah.
Takeshi grabs Nick's leg, and Nick's like, let go. And then Takeshi's like, you know what? I will let go. And he let go. Okada gets hit with the Meltzer driver. 1, 2, 3. The Bucks win. Takeshi is laughing and then flicking off Okada when he gets back into the ring. And at this point, we've been delaying it for as long as we could.
Mm-hmm.
We are now starting the official build for the one-on-one, and it's going to happen at Double or Nothing. Getting Okada or not? Yeah, Double or Nothing. We're getting Okada and Takeshita for the International Championship. There's no more delaying it. It's already been decided. They've talked about that was going to be next. Takeshita also needs to be out of the Dunkhouse family at this point. Make it happen on Wednesday or Thursday. I don't care which show. Takeshita needs to be out. What were your thoughts, Proffitt?
Yeah, this was a fantastic match, but that moment where they turned around and started hitting each other and ignoring, I think it was Nick Jackson in the ring.
I think so, yeah.
And then they turned around and beat him up, and then they started fighting each other again. Funny enough, I watched an episode of Bleach the other day. I'll get to why it was funny that this happened. There is a part where Kenpachi and Byakuya are fighting the Zero Espada. And then they start fighting each other. They're like, oh yeah? Well, and then they start fighting each other and ignore the Espada in the back, and then they fuck him up, and then they start fighting again. That's what that reminded me of. But, yeah, it was such a damn good match, man. And when Takeshita wins the International Championship, man, I think he's going to go on a Orange Cassidy level tear through every company, man. It's going to be great to see.
I think I need it. Takeshita, to his point, he goes, he was even at like a New Japan Road 2 show recently.
Yeah.
Takeshita is going around fulfilling these dates everywhere, right? I'm at the point now where I am ready for Takeshita to take over. Like he's already been world champion in New Japan, IWGP heavyweight champion. We're dropping the world now. He is officially we're dropping the world. He's currently the IWGP or not IWGP, the New Japan Strong or not Strong. Jesus Christ, he's the New Japan the TV champion.
Right.
It's past time for him to be a champion in AEW again, and be international again. I think that's fine. Also, we definitely need that title off of Okada. Because as much as I enjoyed that Myron Reed match from yesterday,
yeah,
I'm ready to see somebody else be international champion. Past time.
Yeah, I feel the same way.
Now we got to go through a couple stinkers. We had Jericho versus Ricochet. Not much to talk about. It was Jericho's lost a step again, obviously.
Yep.
He came back in better shape, but that doesn't mean anything. There were a bunch of really awkward moments throughout the match too, where Jericho's trying to bring people to their spots and do whatever, and Ricochet is actively slowing himself down to keep up with Jericho. It just was not great. I didn't enjoy the match. What I did enjoy is that Ricochet won. I was very surprised that happened, but I was very happy that Ricochet got the win. I didn't talk about the match. Profit, what were your thoughts?
I'm kind of in the same boat. I was glad Ricochet won. And, I was wondering, I was like, man, I really hope Brian Keith and Big Bill don't show up. I don't want them tied to Jericho anymore, any part of Jericho.
Jericho's a face-ish now, right? Well, because he's doing his old bits, right? This is the nostalgia tour.
This is the retirement tour.
Yeah, the dreaded nostalgia retirement tour. This is what it is.
Mm-hmm. This is the retirement tour. I'll say this about the only thing I liked about Jericho coming back, and it is a petty thing. And also, Jericho did the petty thing on TV, and I don't think anybody really noticed it. Because, when all the people went from AEW to WWE, they said they're home now. Jericho did that thing when he came back last week.
Yeah.
He said he came back home to AEW. So, to me, I don't think he has any intention of leaving. He probably signed a new contract. Who knows?
I think he did.
So I think he's just going to retire in AEW and maybe do stuff backstage after, after his little retirement run. So, he knows AEW is going to do his retirement right. I think that's the thing. Like retire in AEW or WWE, I retire in AEW every time.
Yeah, no doubt. Now we're gonna see where they both go because now, like, this should hopefully be like a one-off. Ricochet goes to do something, right? Like, let's get like a feud for the Trios Champions between the Demand and the Conglomeration when we get there, right? And then Jericho can fuck off for all I care, to be completely honest, but figure out what he's gonna do.
It would be funny if he just put people on the list and he gets his ass kicked by everybody that he put on the list.
That would be different, right? That would be completely different from what he was doing before.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll see what happens. We got to talk about the second stinker, and it's not because of also this is because of just one man in the match.
Yeah,
Darby and Andrade El Idolo. I'm not gonna talk about the match. Darby got his ass beat. He was being thrown around. Tony Schiavone was like, there was something that happened to Darby, and he was like, Jesus.
He said that a couple of times.
I'm not gonna hold you. Wasn't really paying fully attention to the match because I knew what was gonna happen and I didn't want to see it.
Oh, man, so the funny thing about Darby Allin matches, right?
Mm-hmm.
Say my wife is sitting there watching wrestling with me, right? But as soon as she sees Darby Allin, she's like, "Oh, that's the guy that just gets killed and wins at the end, huh?" And I was like, "Yep," and then she leaves until the match is over. She hates Darby Allin matches. Because it's just they're just hey, it's a car crash. This guy's flying it's not that necessarily that he's flying everywhere. He's literally getting murdered in the ring, and then he pulls out the victory at the end, but not convincingly. It's never convincing when he pulls out the victory. Like this time it was the roll up, but the difference between this match and like the Jack Perry versus Mark Davis match, Jack Perry got his licks in. Like, he was wrestling the whole time. He wasn't getting tossed around like a crash dummy. Versus Darby Allin, Andrade doesn't really toss people around like crash dummies. Well, guess what happened to Darby Allin? Like, 80% of this match, he just got tossed around. And, he jumped out of the ring and did all of his Darby stuff and damn near killed himself a few times. And it's like, now he's going to be going for the world championship? I just can't see him as a world champion. Like, I get that a lot of you that are fans of Darby Allin, but do you really want a world champion that is just getting destroyed the whole time? Like, pretty much, hey, he got thrown out of a building and then he comes back and rolls up and wins. Come on now. There's no, I don't know. I just can't see that as a world champion at all. All right, that's my rant. That's my rant.
Man, I just have to agree, honestly. Like, that's kind of where I'm at, right? Like, all of Darby's matches are all the same. It doesn't matter who he's wrestling. They always have to, like, throw him around or do some, like, crazy spot with him, right? Like, if you reserve that for the powerhouses, that makes sense, right?
Right.
Andrade doesn't, like you said already, Andrade does not do that. Like, you do that to a Claudio, to a Brody. That makes sense.
Yeah.
But all of your matches are made the same way. You get beat up 90% of the time. You get thrown around. You get these really nasty bumps all the time. Just for you to, like, come back, do that dumb, like, headbutt thing you do, the roll into a, like, low-key, one of the worst finishers I think I've ever seen in my life.
Mm-hmm.
And we expect you to win, and then Andrade's a better wrestler than you, bar none. And you get to catch him with like a little wannabe seatbelt pin? No, bro. No. It's just not good. Like, if you want to be a car crash wrestler, I think that's fine. But there has to be like some kind of nuance. You have no nuance. Every Darby Allin match is the same. Every single one. I can't say that about a lot of other people. This is going to sound crazy, Proffitt, because you know me, and what I'm about to say is going to sound crazy to you. As much as I'm not a fan of Chris Jericho, especially over like the last year of his run, at least his matches were different. He was doing different things all the time. Even if all of them weren't good, he was doing different things all the time. Jack Perry is another example. He fought Mark Davis, and Mark Davis is someone that's supposed to throw you around. Like, that is his style. He is a powerhouse. That's what he does. But it wasn't like 90% of the time Mark Davis was just throwing him around in crazy like areas, right?
Mm-hmm.
We're going to remember the bumps that Jack Perry took there. How many crazy bumps does Darby take? How many of those do you not remember?
Oh, most of them. It's just, hey, Darby hurt himself again. Pretty much. He jumped off the top. He missed. He hurt himself. He got thrown into something else, and he jumps. He misses again, and he hurts himself. It's like, okay, how's this like? Okay, here's my question: have you ever seen Darby Allin squash anybody?
Nope.
Like,
at least we'll say in AEW, no, because I don't know anywhere else.
Yeah, no. We're talking about just in general. He goes against local talent number 5. He goes against local talent number 5, who he's supposed to finish in about. He should destroy him in about a minute, right? But what would happen? Darby Allin would get thrown around by local talent number 5, and then somehow win. And it's like, wait, no, you're supposed to destroy this guy. You're supposed to kill him. Especially if you're world champion. He's not on your level, right? Like, there's supposed to be like a... I guess what I'm saying is, when you see the world champion, he's at a different level. If he goes against somebody that's way lesser than his level, most times they don't have a chance. Darby Allin as like a world champion, local talent number 5 has a kid will look like the greatest fucking guy in the world because he is beating the piss out of Darby Allin, like throwing him everywhere. And that should not happen. That's what would make him not a viable world champion. He says he doesn't want to change his style and does stuff like that. That's cool. But you're not changing your style and all that stuff. You should have a ceiling, like a certain ceiling, because world champions should not be anywhere close to it, in my opinion. That's just my opinion. Take it for how you will, folks. But I don't think he's a world championship caliber wrestler.
No, and honestly, people argue with the wall if they disagree, because at this point, it doesn't matter, right? It's the fact. When have you ever seen a realistic car crash world champion? How many times does that actually work? Has it been done before? Yes. Of course. Damn near everything's already been done in wrestling.
Yeah. No, the only time I've actually seen it is Mikey Whipwreck, right?
Yeah.
But even then, after he became like... Because he had 0 wins, basically. And he got lucky and won the world title somehow, right? Like, somebody came to the ring and beat up the guy, and then they threw him on and he pinned him and he won the world title. Eventually, Mikey Whipwreck started squashing people, right? Like, he got the level up. But, you know, he wasn't going around being this unbelievable champion. Or, you know, getting thrown around everywhere. Because, like, I think, like, the next time his first title defense, he lost, right? Because he was that style of wrestler.
Yeah.
So, That was like the only time I've seen that.
Yeah, it just doesn't work. Like, it just doesn't work. Like, it just doesn't. I'm gonna keep on repeating that. It just doesn't work. Darby as a world champion is not a good idea. Like, sure, you get the photo op. Yeah, Darby gets to be AEW world champion. Okay, what happens after that? Right?
He dropped the title in Collision. That's what should happen.
Yeah, drop the title the next day. But realistically, like, it doesn't. Darby should not be main eventing, headlining a pay per view for the world title. Has he main evented? Yeah, with Sting.
That's different. That's Sting.
It's fucking Sting. Right? Like, when Orange Cassidy had his run as international champion, we got to know Orange Cassidy as like a wrestler so well from that. Right? Yeah. He was taking on all challengers. Was he getting beat down? Yes. But he was also able to, like, those, like Proffitt said, like those wrestlers who were not like of his caliber that were challenging him, he got them up out of there. It took like a Moxley to come in and take him out, right? And even then, it was after like taking on all comers and showing that he was physically beat down, right? Like, there was a story there. We're gonna do a Darby, because Darby, he has the same match all the time. He gets thrown around, he gets beat up, and then he just comes back the next week like nothing happened, all the time. So we're supposed to have a world champion. Like, if he wrestles Leo Rush, right? Blackheart's gonna throw him around. He'll act like he's hurt, and then he'll come back the next week like nothing happened. Like, no, you can't. Like, nothing of Darby Allin works. He should not be world champion, and I will be very upset if he wins on Wednesday.
Yeah, same here. I do feel like Andrade he's going to be world champion by like probably the end of next year or sometime next year, because Andrade's on another level.
Like, the shit that he's doing right now, man. Yeah, he is just he has like found himself in AEW with what he's doing right now, right? Like, one of the last pops of the night is when he took his pants off.
Yeah. Andrade was at full power after he did that.
But still lost.
It's still lost. He couldn't beat plot armor, right?
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, I don't know, bro. It just we talk about Darby enough. We're moving on.
Yeah, let's move on.
We have next up is the World Tag Title match between our champions FTR and Cage and Cope. And I guess we can say, like, the Jericho match was surprising that Ricochet won, right?
Right.
To me, we knew Darby Allin was going to win, but that feels like, to us, our opinion, that wasn't the right call.
Mm-hmm.
I fully expected Cage and Cope to win this match. Like, I fully expected them to win this match.
Mm-hmm.
It definitely felt like it was going to happen, right? Like, with the story they were telling and all that kind of stuff. Not what happened.
Nope.
FTR cheated their asses off, though, I'll tell you that much.
Yeah, no, man, I'm just going to say this. This was, like, actually one of my favorite matches on the card.
It was really good.
It was really damn good. I do think, like, to go with what you said, I didn't expect FTR to come out with the win, but just thinking about it, the story might not be over, because the way, like, after they left the ring and shit like that, it didn't seem like it was over.
It's 1-1 right now, too, by the way.
It is for sure not over.
Also, the way that FTR was, like, making fun of the Young Bucks in that match, too.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it screamed triple threat to me. Like, I had already kind of, like, figured that we're going to somehow find a way to get to a triple threat. And yeah. I don't want to do, like, we'll do this at All In thing, but that's what it feels like. But I thought it was going to be with Cage and Cope as the champions, right? Like, the old vets being chased by I guess not young anymore, but the two greatest tag teams of this generation versus one of the best tag teams from the previous generation type of thing.
Right.
FTR winning, I don't think that throws that off. It can still happen, but I definitely did not expect FTR to be champions still, personally. Great match. Fantastic match. Easily one of the top 4 matches on this card. Very surprising that they came out with the win.
Yeah. And I almost thought Stoke was going to get it, man.
Stoke was interfering his ass off in that match, bro.
Yeah.
He was getting his paycheck that night. Tonight.
Well, when Christian threw him in the ring and broke up the count, I thought, oh, man. And Dax was all pissed. Whew. I thought for sure they were going to team up on him. But, they came back, they won. So, all is good.
All's well that ends well, right?
Yeah.
Also, can we talk about how this is like Copeland's best performance since that him getting hurt, jumping off that cage?
For jumping off, yeah. And that match was damn good too. We saw that shit live. I'm still so mad at that motherfucker. He jumped from the top of the cage and landed on he was like, I'm 30 again, and jumped off the cage and landed on his feet. Hey, it's the AEW effect, bro.
Yeah.
It's the AEW effect.
But this was definitely like a motivated Copeland, which I think really helps. I think you could kind of tell from last year to now, like he is really like he's digging being back with Christian. He's digging being in this feud with FTR.
Yeah. Well, his one title reign as TNT champion. That was actually like one of my favorite of his title reigns.
He was motivated back then too, though. That was also like before the leg break.
Yeah, he was like super motivated. He was like, hey, I'm just gonna fuck around and try shit. Every match, I'm gonna do something different, and he was doing different shit every match. Mm-hmm. Like he damn near wrestled a whole match Lucha Libre.
For the shits of it, just to do it.
Just to do it. And with what's his name? Penta, of all people. So yeah,
interesting match. I will see where this goes.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, that's really it. You have any other thoughts on this match, Proffitt?
No, it was one of my favorite matches of the night. It was FTR doesn't miss, man. They're just so damn good as a tag team, and Cope and Cage are fantastic too. Hey Christian, can you tell me where I can get these tactical turtlenecks though? Come on, man, hook your boy up.
About them. You got to spend some money on those, I bet. Next up, right after this, we had personally one of my favorite matches of the night: the TNT Championship Casino Gauntlet.
Mm-hmm.
Here are the people that were in it: Tommaso Ciampa, Rush, Bandito, Speedball, El Clone, Pac, Wheeler Yuta, Danny Garcia, Anthony Bowens, Kevin Knight. A little bit of a smaller Casino Gauntlet, honestly.
Yeah.
Usually we get like a little bit more, but this was like mostly quality. Well, not mostly. You know what? Yeah, mostly quality. We had like a lot of really good people in this match. Bro, I feel like a proud dad. I have watched this man when he was a young lion, not getting opportunities in New Japan. Him being like one of the standards of that LA Dojo class. By the way, that LA Dojo class is still like ridiculous because that was the class where Clark Connors also came from. Mm-hmm. Gabe Kate was part of that class too. As Coughlin, who doesn't wrestle anymore, sadly. Kevin Knight, and then the only thinker in there is Ren Narita, but we don't have to talk about him.
Yeah, we don't have to talk about him.
That LA Dojo class is insane. And Kevin Knight never really got any opportunities in New Japan. And watching him go from a young lion to becoming the Jet and figuring himself out during the pandemic when he wasn't allowed to go to Japan, like, it was like crazy. Also, this is a fun fact, and I don't think a lot of people know this, because I think he probably talked about it. Him winning the TNT Championship is his first singles title.
Jeez.
Ever.
That's crazy to me.
He never even challenged for the IWGP Junior Heavyweight Championship. Never even got close to like a semifinals or finals in the Best Super Juniors.
Yeah.
He got tagged with Kushida. He was able to become a junior tag champion, but they barely held on to them shits either.
And TNA, wait. Oh, they didn't become TNA tag champ. Him and Kushida did show up there quite a bit.
It's Kevin Knight never really got opportunities in New Japan, and I think that's I don't like to do like the whole fumble thing, but that's definitely like a missed opportunity. And he's still technically signed, he's still technically dual contracted, but he hasn't been called back.
Yeah.
Like, he's not even doing Best of Super Juniors this year. Again.
Yeah, they called back Nick Wayne. He's doing it.
They called back Nick Wayne. But I think this was like a like I said, this is like a proud moment, because just seeing Kevin Knight win and the look on his face when he was like shocked, like, it was like I think this was like a proud moment. And then seeing like the timeline go crazy for him, being happy for him, like, it felt really good. Like, this was a really feel good moment for me personally on this card.
Mm-hmm.
And I know I didn't talk about the match. Proffitt, what did you think about the match overall, though?
Oh, it was good. Actually, you know what? I think you kind of mentioned it earlier. Everybody in this match was quality. There wasn't really there was no filler in this match, actually. Because you know how there's Casino Gauntlets and there's like a lot of filler wrestlers. You'd have like, oh, Davari or something like that. Not to shit on Davari, okay?
I get what you're saying, though.
In the athletes, right? But no, like, they would put like some guys like them in there. Not this time. It was one of those times they just put all killers in there. Like, you saw at the start, Rush and fucking Tommaso Ciampa. Those guys were trying to murder each other in the ring.
There was a point where I, like, right in that first like few minutes, I felt bad for Ciampa. I was like, Tommaso, do not strike Rush. If you hit him hard, he will just hit you harder. Don't do it. And then when he did that chop, and then Rush had that look on his face, I was like, oh shit, he's about to die. And then we saw that forearm that Rush threw, and Ciampa like fell into the corner, and he just looked dazed. I was like, yup.
Yeah, but he came back and he punched him in the face too. So, yeah. Hey, Ciampa got his licks in too. So
that is true.
They were going at it. I'm like, and also I want to say I like this version of Ciampa. Like, AEW Ciampa is like, you know what? It reminds me of when Moxley first came into AEW.
That's high praise, bro.
It reminds me of that because it's just, when Moxley came into AEW, right? It was like he got a new lease on life in a way, right? Same with Ciampa, man, because like there's a parallel here, right? Like, if you look at what Ciampa was doing at the end of his WWE run, it was fucking awful. Like, they were him and Gargano is just taking the brunt of it now because he's the only one there. They would just get killed by everybody. Didn't matter who. And then have them do stupid angles and stupid shit. Moxley, when he was still Dean Ambrose, at the end of his run, stupid angles and stupid shit, right? Like,
yeah,
getting a fucking making him do a storyline where he has to do an enema before a match or something. Stupid shit. It's so dumb. So they come to AEW and they're like, oh, whoa, finally another wrestling company. and I have input on what I do. It's, great for creatives and stuff like that, and just a breath of fresh air. I know I know it feels like a high praise, but there's just parallels here, and I feel like what Ciampa has been putting out, he's just been putting a high quality match after high quality match. He reverted. I'm not gonna say he reverted to Ring of Honor Ciampa because he's way better than that version, but he is a better version. I'll just say he's a better version of himself here, and you could for sure see it. And like everybody in this match was just fantastic. El Clone is just so ridiculous. Like, I don't know how Hologram's gonna top El Clone, bro.
Honestly, JP's not going to. Also, fun fact: did you know that El Clone was at the CMLL show yesterday, last week, whenever that was?
Mm-hmm. Oh, really?
He had a mask on. And you know how he normally has like the hologram mask on?
Yeah.
He had like a El Clone version of a Mystico mask.
Oh shit.
So that just unlocks people's minds like, oh, he can just clone luchadors. Not just he's El Clone, but he's not an El Clone of hologram.
Yeah, he clones anybody.
Luchadors.
Yeah. That's pretty sick.
That mask also take some time, bro, when you can, to look up that mask that he had at the CMLL show. Mm-hmm. That mask was sick.
Oh, he always has dope masks. Always.
Yes.
One of the things I was talking about earlier is the entrances of the Death Riders. Mm-hmm. Danny Garcia, yeah, he does Danny Garcia shit. He just runs to the ring, right? The thing I've noticed about Wheeler Yuta is it was a very Japanese entrance song that he had when he ran and came into the ring. I was like, huh, that's different. I didn't expect it. It was like he was, like a Pro Wrestling Noah person came out, right? That's what his theme song sounded like.
You know what's funny? I was talking about him being he looks like a New Japan Young Lion with his head shaved in the all black gear.
Yep.
That's what I was thinking when I saw him today. I was like, yeah, he looks like a young lion, which is
shit. Moxley's making young lions now.
It's not great.
Wait, hold on. So it'd be him and Daniel Garcia, because Garcia also kind of looked like that too.
Yeah, Garcia's gear had like a little color in it, right? But it was still like mostly black.
It was
like
mostly
the
all
black trunks.
Yep.
Yeah, I don't know.
But
we will see.
But yeah, overall, Casino Gauntlet was great. They're trying to elude contention between Kevin Knight and fucking Speedball. All I'm going to tell Kevin Knight to do is don't listen to Speedball. Speedball is the dumbass that will put himself in the tournament. He'll have the title and put himself in the tournament to make him call. He'll put himself in the tournament to qualify himself to fight for his own title that he already has. Yeah, no, Speedball's an idiot.
Trust me, we ain't worried about that over here.
Yeah,
we ain't getting that with Kevin Knight. You don't have to worry about that.
Yeah, just don't listen to Speedball.
I do think that's interesting though, because he hit Wheeler Yuta out of his submission that he was doing to Speedball. Kevin Knight was,
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, he saved Speedball, but he also won the match that way. So it's interesting. Also, I thought I saw him come through like the heel tunnel because I wasn't paying attention. I think I was wrong on that, but it is interesting that we are getting like this little bit of like, I don't know, like little something between Jet Speed right now. And plus, you remember one of the last times that we saw Swerve was like, "Hey, Kevin, don't be stupid," basically.
Yeah, don't listen to Speedball.
So, yeah, it was interesting. It was just interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Next up, very good match for the Women's World Championship. We had our champion Tekla and Jamie Hayter. And honestly, just like Marina and Just like Alex Windsor, they were beating the hell out of each other.
Yep.
Tekla was smacking the hell out of Jamie. There were some of those headbutts that didn't look like they like hit on the side, looked like they grazed Tekla like directly. There was that one kick that Tekla did to Jamie while she was in the ropes that flung her head out. Looked like her head got kicked into the fifth row.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, a lot of shit went down in this match.
They're like, how hard do we want to hit? And they're like, Stardom title match hard. All right, let's go.
They did that shit for like 20 minutes.
Yeah. That was the other thing, too. They got time. It was the second women's match that got a lot of time tonight.
It was interesting. I'm happy they did that.
Yeah, same here.
Also, Tekla cheated to win.
Yeah.
She like wrapped her up and then grabbed a rope so Jamie couldn't kick out. And Alex Windsor comes out, was like, "Hey, she grabbed the rope," and Jamie's like, "Hey, she grabbed the rope." Stefan was like, "Hey, bro,
I didn't see it. Shit, I can't do nothing."
So that feud is not over. But at the same time, we definitely need some more women involved. To but we'll see. Proffitt, what were your thoughts on the match?
Oh, the match was great. Just like you said, they knocked the living shit out of each other during this match. It was so good. It was so good. Yeah, I'm glad seeing Jamie Hayter in this capacity again, just doing a world title match again, right? She's been out of it for been out of the world title scene. I won't say for so long. Well, actually, no, it's almost been a year, right?
Yeah,
since the last time she actually challenged for the world title.
I think so. It's been a long time.
It's been a while, right? But yeah, look, Jamie Hayter she's throwing, man. So it's great to see her back there. Tekla has the most personality of any wrestler. I'll say almost any wrestler, because I think it's just her and Timeless Tony Storm. If you want to see what personality is, those are the two. Because Tekla walks in and she shows up on the screen, and you're like, damn, you're just glued to it because she's just that good.
There's a reason that she had the rocket ship strapped to her back and was going.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And I think as the more time that you see Tekla, because I'm happy. I didn't get to like really watch Tekla, but we talked about it before. Like I was into Stardom when she was there, right?
Yeah.
So as much as it was hard for me to watch Stardom consistently, whenever I could, I got to see her there too.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not gonna lie, I don't think we could have seen it in Stardom. She did good in Stardom, but I don't think I expected what I'm seeing now. It's like Tekla was like built specifically for AEW, and she said that like her dream was to be in AEW too, right?
Right.
It feels like she was like built for this. That's why she, like I said, she had the rocket ship strapped in her back, and she a fantastic champion. I don't know what to tell you. If you hate that Jamie lost, I'm sorry. I'm also not. I'm not even gonna say I'm not the biggest fan that Jamie lost, right? Because people got to lose. But I'm not. I would be lying to you if I said I was upset that Tekla was gonna be champion for a bit longer.
I'm not upset she's going to be a champion for a while longer. Jamie Hayter's that wrestler that anytime, because she's a multiple time women's champion, right? So anytime she steps in the ring for a world championship match or any championship match, she's a threat. She could just win flat out, right? It doesn't matter. Her losing to Tekla doesn't hurt her at all. It just doesn't hurt her. Her and Tekla could go again on Wednesday, and then she could win, right? Like, and it actually wouldn't hurt Tekla either. Two wrestlers, a loss doesn't hurt either one. So it just, it's actually cool, kind of cool, for that to have two wrestlers that can have that kind of result.
I mean, we know the feud is going to continue. At least we think it's going to continue because of the way Tekla won. So
Mm-hmm.
this probably isn't going to be the last time we're going to see them wrestle.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's all for that. Next, we got to talk about what I'm going to deem Ospreay's mistake.
Oh, yeah.
The AEW Continental Championship match, we have the champion Jon Moxley and challenger Will Ospreay.
Mm-hmm.
When I tell you, the second that he hit that hidden blade, within like 1.3 seconds of the match starting, I said, Will, if you care about this title, you pin him right now.
Yeah.
You pin him. And the fact that Will just stood there, I was like, Will, please. You wanted the Continental Championship on the line. You are the one who said this. That means you should care about the title. Pin him now and you will win the title and you'll be up out of there. You'll get your revenge. Moxley looked like an idiot. You're good.
Yeah.
But no. Will Ospreay let Moxley hang around for too long. Even after the hidden blade, Will was trying to do a couple things. Eventually, it went from 95% Ospreay to about 50-50. And if you're 50-50 with Jon Moxley, you are 99% likely to lose that match.
Yeah. Especially a championship match.
Yes. And Lord have mercy, Moxley beat the hell out of him after that.
Yep.
And it goes by what Moxley said, right? Moxley said, hey, I'm not going to beat Will Ospreay. Ospreay is fantastic. Ospreay's going to beat himself. That's exactly what he did. Yeah, that's kind of where it is. And basically, to end the match, Moxley basically killed Ospreay. multiple paradigm shifts, a Death Rider, pile driver onto steel steps, got Ospreay up out of here.
Yep.
Ospreay was seasoned. He was doing the Danielson.
Mm-hmm.
Was selling that neck real hard. You could hear Danielson being happy on commentary when he was talking about it. He was like, my legacy in the industry continues. Thank you, Ospreay. But yeah, like I said, I do Ospreay's mistake because Ospreay had this match won on a couple occasions and decided to just let it go. Now we got to figure out where Ospreay's going to go. Proffitt, what were your thoughts on this match?
I thought the match was fantastic. Like, look, Moxley is that one wrestler that's like, if you don't capitalize, if you don't wrestle perfect, he's going to beat you. Like, he will find some way to beat you. Or eventually he'll catch up and he'll beat you. Like, it's just, especially in Continental Championship roles, where it's one-on-one, you have to beat him. Ospreay had him beat. And you could hear Moxley at the end of it saying, fucked around too long. At the very end after he pinned him. He's like, you fucked with the wrong guy. You messed around too long.
Yeah. Because fucking, I don't know what... Like, I get Ospreay was here for revenge, but Lord have mercy. We have never seen Moxley like that discombobulated since his losing streak, really, honestly, if we're going to be completely real.
Yeah.
Ospreay had a chance to win, and he fucked up. Like, that's just how it is. There's no other way to talk about it.
Yeah.
I'm not going to say Ospreay's overconfident, because it definitely wasn't that. Ospreay fucked up.
Yep. Bad judgment. Bad judgment is what screwed him.
Yep.
And Moxley's a beast, man. If you don't put him out, he's just going to get you. He's going to wear you down. And eventually, after he grinds you down, he will not hesitate to take you out. And that's exactly what happened in the match. He grinded, after he got his wits about him, he grinded Will Ospreay and then just took him out.
Mm-hmm.
Ospreay tried, but he was so messed up he couldn't. it's something we see later on with MJF and Kenny Omega. He couldn't really pin Moxley because he got so fucked up during the match.
Yeah, because Moxley was targeting that. The second that he was back, Moxley started targeting that neck.
Yep.
Like, immediately.
Oh, yeah, it was a fantastic match, man. The Continental Championship match is... The Jon Moxley run in the Continental Championship ain't missing.
I remember criticizing splitting the titles, right? The Unified Championship. I remember criticizing that. I am happy that I was wrong about that.
Right, yeah.
Because this has been a fantastic run by Moxley.
Mm-hmm.
Granted, has he defended the title a lot? No, he's been wrestling his ass off, though.
The boy's been wrestling his ass off, yeah.
Fucking, he is the Eliminator match king right now.
Yeah.
He's on, like, that Tony Storm run, because Tony Storm had that run of, like, 12, 13, 14 Eliminator matches that she won before she lost that last one?
I think it was 13 Eliminator matches in a row.
Yeah. That's what Moxley's doing right now. It's interesting. I'm still on the board where Ospreay is going to win the title at All In.
Yeah.
Like, it just feels like what's going to happen. And it's going to be interesting to see how he gets there. Because it makes sense that he lost here. I think if you're real, you kind of expected Ospreay to lose here. You didn't expect him to win the Continental Championship, even with like 4 months left to All In, because you could figure out other things to do. But the way he lost is gonna tell like maybe not like as crazy as Hangman's story, his like redemption story going to All In Texas, but you're gonna get like some kind of like Ospreay redemption now, because he's kind of low right now, right? Like United Empire came in. Eventually, he's going to get turned on by United Empire. Like, that's going to happen in New Japan. He's going to be alone, and we're going to see how he overcomes this to become AEW World Champion. If that is in the cards. Like, who knows? That's expected, but that doesn't mean, because it's expected doesn't mean it's going to happen.
Right.
So
right.
We'll see.
Yeah, we shall see, but yeah, Moxley doing the Continental Championship matches... He's on a different... Well, just anything Continental Championship related, he's been on a tear. Shit, I wouldn't be surprised if he was challenging for the world title again because of how much of a tear he's on. And yeah, Will Ospreay, we all expect him to go into All In and take the title from whoever's there. But, you know, it's the journey. We got to see how he gets there.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Speaking of journeys, we had a journey for a World Trios Championship match. The conglomeration, Orange Cassidy, Roger Strong, and the surprise of Kyle O'Reilly. They had like a little stage set up. They were doing like they were literally doing like a 90s sitcom. Which is hilarious. I was going to say Family Matters, but definitely was not Family Matters. It's more like a Saved by the Bell. I probably shouldn't have said it the way I was about to say it. I don't know a lot of those sitcoms. Like, I know, like, Fresh Prince, Jamie Foxx Show, Family Matters, Step by Step. Step by Step. We'll
there you go.
Step by Step. There you go. We'll do that one. They had like a little step by step set up. Kyle O'Reilly came, everyone was happy, and then the dogs came out and literally pissed on the couch and broke the door. Like it was something. I'll tell you that much. This match was not like super long. This was definitely like a dogs match, but then at some point, Gabe Kidd got taken out of the match. He went, by the way, he's on like perks right now, and he went on like a crazy rant while we were talking during the podcast.
Oh no.
He said he said fuck hologram for some reason. I don't know what the fuck going on with Gabe Kidd.
What?
He said fuck the doctors. I don't want to say what all he said, but let me pull it up really quick. He said,
where is he saying this at?
it was on Twitter.
So,
well, okay, no, someone put it on Twitter, but he was on Instagram. He's doing Instagram stories.
Oh, okay. It wasn't on the end of the. It wasn't on the media part of the show.
No, he got taken out. He looks like he's like blitzed out of his mind. By the way,
He probably is.
yeah, he said fuck Ishii, fuck the conglomeration. He said fuck everyone in the building, the security team, hologram for some reason.
Hologram's like, what did I do? Well, he's part of the conglomeration, so
Yeah, I don't know. Just it is what it is. Yeah, yeah, weirdly, we kind of talked about this before the podcast, but weirdly, even with that injury, it sounds like the plan was always for the conglomeration to win, which means the Dogs had like a 24-hour title reign.
yeah.
Like they held the titles for a day, and they were like the first trio. We looked it up. They were the first like true trio in like a year to hold those belts. The last one was what was it? The Ops?
Yeah,
the last one.
The Ops was the last one.
Yeah, and that was almost a year ago to the day. So, yeah, I don't know. It just I'm not a fan of that part, but yeah, that's it for me. Profit, what were your thoughts?
So the match was good. Except for, Gabe Kidd getting hurt, right? See, Gabe Kidd got hurt because he peed on the couch, dude. You don't pee on the couch, bro.
Curse.
It's a curse. He got reverse cursed there, bro. Yeah, it was, conglomeration winning. It was cool. It'd be funny if they did a Freebird rule with the conglomeration, so you'd never know who's going to have it. I think that'd actually be hilarious.
That'd be interesting because they have enough people to do it.
Yeah, because like 1 week, like say Orange Cassidy isn't there, but he gets replaced by Briscoe, and then he's and then he's defending the title, right? Like, yeah, it'd be a fun thing to do, but they probably won't do that. I'm just interested to see where the Dogs go after this, right? I hope they either get David Finlay and Connors into some tag stuff, or push them up in the singles, all the singles division stuff. Because those guys are too talented not to be somewhere, right? They're way too talented not to be anywhere. To see them in a good spot, like, doing something.
Their booking has been like a little weird overall, right? You expect them. I think they've definitely lost more matches than they've won. I think at this point, like especially the major matches, right? How many major matches have they really won?
Yeah, they came in.
Trios title. That's it.
I think they came in and just like lost. Well, they've been fighting. Haven't they just been fighting the conglomeration the whole time?
Yeah, and they did get that. They did get that first win against Orange Cassidy and them. So
yeah,
but that's really it. That and the trios titles. That's really it. I definitely expected more from them.
I feel like they're waiting on something, like some type of someone else coming back or something like that, right? Like, where the fuck is Jay White, bro?
Bro, don't. I can talk about that for an hour. I'm not going to get started.
Yeah, like Jay White and Bullet Club Gold against the War Dogs. That writes itself.
They might be waiting for. Because remember, Colton got hurt too.
Oh, okay. That's shit. Half the team's gone.
Yeah, so they might be waiting for Jay White. Might be cleared potentially because we saw him at Wrestle Kingdom. He didn't look bad at Wrestle Kingdom. He looked like he was in wrestling shape at Wrestle Kingdom.
Yeah,
that was damn near 4 months ago at this point.
Mm-hmm.
So and then Colton Gunn got hurt in that tag match when they came back as the Guns, right? So he's been out.
Yeah, Colton's out, but he was tagging with Ace Austin. And Ace Austin and Juice Robinson.
Yeah. They were doing like the trio thing. It was it was Austin Gunn, Ace Austin, and Juice. Yeah, so yeah, I don't know if they are waiting for Jay White to come back. That he definitely could have came back in the Casino Gauntlet unless he's like still injured. I don't know.
Yeah, that's where I'm like, where the hell is he?
It's been almost a year.
Mm-hmm.
It was definitely weird. Now we move on to the main event of the evening. The Devil, who MJF, who came out in like 666 gear, like literally, like he brought the Devil. He just brought the Devil, and then Kenny Omega just came in, Kenny Omega gear. The match was fantastic. Like we as much as I don't like giving MJF credit,
do it.
This title run is his best run in AEW, just like bar none. Like this is the best work he's done in AEW.
Mm-hmm.
He's not trying to pretend to be a good guy. We're not doing any like weird matches. He is out there wrestling. So it's been, and Kenny just, I didn't fully believe that Kenny was like close to 100%, even with all the matches he was having recently. This is the one that made me believe like, oh yeah, we're back. We are officially back with Kenny. So much happened in this match. I'm not going to talk about everything. We did get a ref bump, of course. MJF stole the ring back because Bryce took the ring from him at the beginning of the match. People are going to say that MJF kicked out of the One Wing Angel. That doesn't count. We're not counting it. It was a 15 count. And then we got another referee, and it was a 1-2, and he kicked. That doesn't count. I don't care what anybody says.
Yeah, that doesn't count.
He did not kick out of the One Wing Angel. We're not doing that.
No.
Like, don't even pretend. We're not even going to pretend like that was a thing. He did not kick out of the One Wing Angel. He did not kick out of the One Wing Angel. All right. But yeah, overall, I think the match was like fantastic. This was a really good match. This was like a slower Wrestle Kingdom type match. And I feel like I'm saying that just because Kenny was in it, low key. But this was a really good main event. Fully expected Kenny to win, to be honest. But after seeing Darby win earlier, and then before this, Darby was talking about he's going to be watching the match and he wants to challenge on Wednesday, which was made official. It makes sense that MJF won. Now, we talked about it before. We're not going to hash over it again. The hope is that Darby does not win on Wednesday, but we'll see.
Yeah.
MJF, again, did cheat to win, but he did win. He was able to beat Kenny Omega, and then he sank down to hell on his seat that he used for his entrance. And that ended the show.
Yeah.
Proffitt, what were your thoughts on the match?
Oh, match was damn good. He's on a wrestling run. He's like, you know what? I'm going to make this run different, and I'm just going to wrestle my ass off the whole run everywhere. Everywhere I go. I'm just going to wrestle. And he's doing this thing. He's showing it. Yeah, he had to cheat to win this one. Dumbass Bryce put the damn ring in his pocket instead of taking the ring and throwing it somewhere. Make it so MJF doesn't get it, but MJF found a way to get the ring. I'm blaming Bryce.
Mm-hmm.
And the funny thing is he was trying to get it out of his pocket, and he's like, Bryce, where the hell did you put the ring?
Yeah, you hear Bryce say, he was like, it's like in my left pocket.
Yeah, he's like, it's in my pocket. It's at the top of my pocket.
Bryce was upset. He was like, bro, just get the fucking ring.
Get the ring out of my pocket, man. Come on. I'm getting mauled here.
That was loud. That shit was loud.
It was loud, bro.
They had the camera right in his face.
Like, what are you doing, cameraman? Like, mute it. Something.
Go to another angle. Just go to another angle.
Jesus. I didn't need to hear the whole conversation. fuck? Poor Bryce over there is just dying because MJF is searching for that ring. But yeah, man, Kenny's ready for any title. Yeah, Kenny needs a title. If Okada beats Takeshita, Kenny needs to run it back because he's 100% now.
You gonna take the title again from Takeshi?
No, I said if Takeshita loses to Okada.
Okay. That's my bad. I misheard that completely. You want the Okada Omega run back?
Yeah, we need that run back. 100% Omega versus Okada.
Yeah, this would be the one, right? Like this would be the one.
Yeah. For international championship. And Omega comes out victorious this time.
Or let's run it back. Find a way to get the Continental Championship on Kenny. And let's run back the unified title. Just bring it back.
Oh, yeah, we can do that too.
Just do it. Why not?
Just run it back. No matter what, we need this run back, okay? At some place, we need to run back. But it was interesting. Quite a few times they mentioned Moxley during this match.
Yeah.
You know, Kenny and Moxley and all that other shit. So, who knows? Kenny might be ready to get that Continental Championship. And then we get the run back. Let's go. No matter what.
Title once again. So now they both have different belts.
Yeah, no matter what, I want that run back.
I feel like with Kenny wrestling the way he is, like it kind of has to happen, right?
Yeah.
But first things first, we need to get that blow off with Takeshita and Okada. That's been boiling for over a year now at this point.
Yeah. No, we can't have... But you know what? Even if Okada loses, he's still going to be talking shit about Takeshita.
Yeah.
He's going to find every human way possible to shit on Takeshita.
He does already. He's already... Every time Takeshita says... Or anytime anyone talks about anything, he brings up Takeshita. Every time. It never fails.
Like, somebody else loses. Takeshita's, like, overseas. You know, he's in Japan wrestling. He's like, you know what? You wouldn't have lost if it wasn't for Takeshita. Everybody in the room's like, what? What are you talking about?
It is crazy that he just gets to get away with it. Like, we hear what he's doing.
Yeah.
But apparently Takeshita is the one who needs to calm down.
Right. Like, Don Callis. That's how Don Callis was acting. He's like, oh, what is he doing? It's like, wait. Okada hits Takeshita first. They're just blowing off steam. And then Takeshita hits back. He's like, ah! He's starting to freak out a little bit. And, you know, yeah, this thing is one-sided.
Yeah. That's been happening this whole time, right? But this was definitely the most blatant version of that.
Yeah.
Like, it was like kind of jarring. It was like we saw Okada hit Takeshita first. And that is what blew this entire thing up.
Right. Because Takeshita was acting, he was like, all right, I'm game. I'm trying to cooperate. And then Okada was like, nah, fuck cooperation. I want to hit you anyway. Bam!
And that was calculated because they stood there for a second. And then Okada just swung at him. Like, so, like, they recognized each other. And Okada swung at him anyway.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's gonna be interesting to see where we go from here, right? Like the next step is spring break, right? We have three championship matches that we've already talked about, right? TNT, TBS, and World. We've talked about those. We have our expectations already. It's gonna be interesting to see where we go from here because next is what's that pay-per-view? Double or Nothing?
I think so, yeah. May 2nd, I think. Yes, Double or Nothing in New York City. Or Queens.
So there's a potential that Darby walks into the main event as world champion doing the show.
No. God, no. It's
going to be interesting where they go because there's there's a little bit continuation from here, but a lot of things feel like they kind of like are done here. Like we got world title continue. Well, not world title. We got a women's world title continuation. We're gonna see what happens with the trios.
Mm-hmm.
We need to see what happens with Kevin Knight and Speedball. We have like a lot of things that came out of this show that are gonna be interesting to see, despite the fact of maybe not fully agreeing with the winners and losers of the card.
Yeah.
And we've kind of already talked about overall. I guess to end the podcast, Proffitt, what are your expectations for Spring Breakthrough on Wednesday from at this point, the 3 title matches that we have?
All L's. Actually, that's what my heart of hearts wants to happen. All losses. But I totally feel certain things are going to happen and I'm not going to like them. Camille, hopefully Camille does not win, but I feel like Camille is going to win the TBS championship because they pretty much made it clear. She can't beat Willow unless, Willow's injured now. If she's going to fight injured. So usually when someone fights injured and they make it a point to injure them twice in one night, it's pretty much a done deal. Right? Darby Allin winning the world. I don't think he's winning the world championship. Mm-hmm. I think MJF retains and keeps going. And what was the last title match?
TNT.
TNT title match. If it's an open challenge, I fully expect Speedball to come down.
We got it's going to be Kevin and Claudio.
Claudio.
Mm-hmm.
Kevin Knight wins. Probably not decisively, but he's going to win.
Do you know what I foresee? This is going to be crazy. I foresee Swerve coming back because we haven't seen him for Dynasty. Also, this is the first Dynasty that he did in main event, which is also crazy.
Yeah.
Neither here nor there, I guess. I see him coming back on Wednesday. Getting in the ear of Kevin Knight.
Mm-hmm. Start a Kevin Knight heel turn?
Yeah. Get it going.
Yeah, I can see it.
Yeah. As much as I don't think Kevin needs to be a heel. Or maybe not even heel. Maybe we get like for whatever reason Swerve starts going after the TNT title for some reason. I don't know.
That'd be a good feud.
Yeah. It's hard to figure out where we're going from here.
Yeah. I just think, with the match, Kevin Knight wins the title. Whenever Kevin Knight does an open challenge, I'll just put it like this. Whenever he does an open challenge for a TNT title, the first person that's going to jump to that open challenge is Speedball.
Yeah.
Right. And then the aftermath of that is just they're either going to separate for quite a while, for a little bit, until Kevin Knight loses the title, or they just separate damn near permanently. So there's going to be some aftermath of that. That's just going to, kind of show us where that Kevin Knight, Speedball, Mike Bailey relationship's going to go.
Yeah, man. That's it.
Yeah.
That's Dynasty. We talked a little bit about what's going to happen on Wednesday, potentially.
Yeah.
We've already talked about like our thoughts on the show. I think we wrap up here.
Let's take it home.
Man, we haven't done this in a while.
Oh shit.
But we appreciate y'all listening to us. Thank you for running up the views on Spotify while we were on break. Like, really appreciate that. Remember, you can find this podcast on Spotify and on Apple Podcasts. All you got to do is search up THGPW Podcast or search up Off the Top Rope. You will find us. Go over there, give us 5 stars. Keep on listening to us. Keep on running the numbers up. We really appreciate that. Also, I ain't really on there too much anymore. But if you want to talk to us, you want to hear about us, you want to talk more about wrestling, give us your thoughts on Dynasty. If you don't do it on YouTube, which Proffitt will tell you about, follow us on Blue Sky. You can follow me at Shikoku. You can follow Proffitt at Proffitt, Proffitt. You can follow the entire podcast at TAGPW Podcast. Haven't been posting up there as much. We apologize. Life has been busy. If y'all know what's going on, if you're not like nose in the ground, you know shit is crazy right now.
Yeah. Shit's going down.
It's going down. But make sure you follow us over there. Talk to us over there. Find us wherever else. Find us anywhere else on social media. Hit us up. Proffitt, tell the people about the YouTube.
All right, guys. If you're watching this on YouTube, first off, thank you very much. We really appreciate it. There's a couple things you can do to help us out. First things first, tap that like button. It for sure helps out this video. It helps get this content out to as many people as possible that have the same taste as you and, would probably like a AEW podcast. Also, follow. Hit that follow button so you can get our podcast whenever they come out. You'll get notified. Also hit the bell button so it'll notify you. Because if you don't hit the bell button and just follow, it's like a 50-50 chance that it'll notify you when our new shows come up. So, with that, thank you very much. Oh, also comment. Don't forget to comment. I'm looking at you. Don't forget to comment. Thank you very much. It's getting late. Actually, it's past midnight now. We did this right after the show. So thank you guys very much for listening. We really appreciate it. And we appreciate people all over that are listening to it on all the platforms. We appreciate you. Tell your friends. And stay safe out there. Because shit's crazy out there. So with that, thank you very much. And we're out.
Peace.